Hey everyone, we are using our Dutch oven cast iron. Oh, look at this, isn't this beautiful? And you know what, I just learned these dots here actually will hold the liquid so that it just drains back in your pan. So it's like a self-basting Dutch oven. You're gonna love it. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna just turn the oven on and warm this up. The nice thing about cast iron, of course, is how hot it gets, right? How evenly it cooks. So for this recipe, which is in our season's best, we're going to use bacon and of course chicken pieces. Now my husband doesn't like thighs, so I have breast and legs. We have some leeks that we've cut up, some garlic. We're gonna need about a half cup of dry wine and just some butter, Dijon mustard, a little bit of flour, and some chicken broth, some fresh thyme, and some spinach, about 2 cups of spinach. So that's it, very simple. Some of those ingredients you may have in the house, some of them you could probably improvise. So I'm gonna go through this in little steps, but first off, we're gonna start by sauteing our bacon. And the nice thing about this cast iron is how beautiful it is, I think. I mean, cast iron's wonderful. You know, if you have cast iron, you love it, you're gonna wanna take it to this new level. And these actually come in a few different serving sizes. But what's great about them is you can go right from the stove to the table and they look gorgeous. The outside glaze as well as the inside make it so much easier for cleaning as well as, of course, for beauty. I think there's no way to get around how gorgeous this is. And of course, you can use anything in here. You can use metal, but I didn't put any seasoning. And of course, we're going to use some of the bacon grease to flavor our chicken dish today. So I'm going to cook this for just about a minute. We'll come back and I'll show you the next step, which will be sauteing the chicken. Before I go, I did go ahead and dry the chicken, and I put our lemon pepper rub on there. That's all that's waiting for that chicken. You want the chicken to be dry going into a cast iron skillet because you don't want little water specks, right, to come out and pop out at you. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. So we've just finished browning these. Look how gorgeous this is. And this is what is so incredible. Of course, the chicken's not all the way cooked yet. We're going to continue to cook this in the Dutch oven. But look, come look at this pan. Look at the fond at the bottom of this pan. This is what makes cooking with cast iron so incredible because it creates this amazing fond there. So I'm going to add some leeks. This is just 2 small leeks I cut up. And we'll just saute that. And I really didn't have that much grease left in there, so I didn't have to remove any of it, but you just wanted about 2 tablespoons. And look how, again, it looks like it's burnt. That's really all the beautiful flavor that we're going to get from the meats and from all the seasoning. So we're going to put about 4 cloves of garlic in here. And of course our garlic press. I went ahead and I pre-peeled these, but you don't have to. If you're going to do a lot of garlic, it's a great idea to pre-peel them. And we have a great peeler and slicer that you can use. So look how you can do one after the other, after the other. If you're cooking a lot, it's a wise thing to do so you don't have to clean it after each one. And we've got, this is one of my favorite tools in my kitchen. You notice you can use metal in here, but you know what? This is a fish spatula, but I love it. I use it all the time. I think you would find all kinds of great uses for this. And, you know, I actually think that I don't have a whole lot of oil in here, so I'm going to put a little bit more. You probably would have enough left over from your bacon, but I guess I just don't. So I'm just going to put a little dabble in there. So we have something to saute with that. I do want these to get a nice even coating without drying up or without browning, right? I mean without burning. Okay, so we've got that for about 3 or 4 minutes. And we're going to put in a little bit of wine. Now, here's where we deglaze this. And if you've ever heard of, you know, honestly, if you're not someone that's ever used or heard of the words deglaze or fond or anything like that, this this product probably isn't for you, right? Because you don't need to do this particular type of thing. But usually stainless steel or cast iron. Look, come look closer. Look at how it looks like it's burnt on the bottom. I'm just going to deglaze it with this little bit of wine. This is a dry white wine. And look how all of that yumminess is coming off right into the wine. It's actually picking up all the flavors. How amazing is that? And it's also coming off of the pan. That's why they call it deglazing. So we are going to now put in, I'm going to give that just a minute so the alcohol kind of cooks out of it. It's kind of fun cooking with wine and some different things. So we'll go ahead and add some butter and and I guess here's where a little bit more of the fat comes from, right? But we'll add some butter and a little bit of mustard to this. And we're going to create almost a roux. So this is about a tablespoon of mustard. Dijon mustard. It has just a slight little kick to it. And of course, you can take more time to cook off the wine, but you see how, look how golden brown that the sauce is in here, because it actually absorbed the all of the fond that was on the cookware. So we'll give this just a minute for the butter to melt and kind of blend together all those wonderful flavors. Smells so good. Okay. So now we're going to actually create a little roux with this. We're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of flour. And, oh, yeah, I guess we can just plop it in there. And we're going to, it'll make this like a paste. Look how quickly that kind of came together. Right? And it really just brought all those flavors into now a nice condensed area. And we'll add, look how thick that is, it's like a little paste. We're going to add some chicken broth, which will take and absorb all that roux. We'll add in some thyme, and this is just some fresh thyme. You can of course use dry thyme as well. I think it's calling for about 5 sprigs, 4 or 5 sprigs. What's great about this little, oops, well, you can put whole pieces in there too. Here, let me grab, you should be going backwards. I should be going backwards with this, I'm going the wrong way. And you can just pull it through, and you've got those flavors in there. And we're going to add back the bacon. And you know, if you want, you could even just throw in the sprigs whole, right? Or you could just, of course, pull with your fingers, or you can use our neat little tool. So let's go ahead. Yum. And now we're going to add back, okay, I want to get that, all of that off of there so we don't lose any of that flavor. I feel like I'm on a TV show. This is so cool. I actually have never cooked with a cast iron Dutch oven before. I love our rock crock. I love all of my other Dutch ovens, but it's kind of exciting to try something new. And then now we're going to add back our chicken to this wonderful sauce, and it's going to cook in here. How nice is that? Now again, this recipe calls for duck meat, but like I said, my husband prefers to have chicken breast, so that's okay. You can just go ahead and replace it with a chicken broth. With a chicken breast. All right, so we've got that meat on top. There's a little baby piece there, and just throw about 2 cups of spinach on top, and that's it. We're going to let this cook in the Dutch oven, put the cover on, and in about 12 to 14 minutes, dinner will be done. So I'll come back and show you. We're going to serve this with those quick mashed potatoes that you can do in the microwave in about 12 minutes. Just cut up potatoes, microwave them with some water, and done instantly. All right, bye. Hey guys, I wanted to show you this. This thermometer is awesome. And you know what? I know you might think it's a little pricey, but it's so worth it, because how many times have you dried out, overcooked, or served raw meat, right? You want a good thermometer. This gives you instant read. And then look at this. You actually can put it into your oven. It can tell you the instant that it hits this temperature. Here's the 165 we're looking for with our chicken. So let's go ahead, take it out. So you can either leave it in here. Don't forget to get yourself some good mitts, okay? Cast iron gets really hot because it completely heats up. So it's just as hot here and just as hot here, right? Everywhere. So you want to make sure, and look at that. Let me put this here. And our chicken is done. How wonderful is that? Look at this incredible sauce. Oh, I can't wait to serve that over mashed potatoes. It's gonna be amazing.